quiet at night, peaceful. The world slows down. And for some older adults, that's when they feel most alive. But what if that silence is slowly destroying you? Staying awake until 3 a.m. isn't just a habit. For elderly people, it's a silent threat, a danger most ignore until it's too late. We live in a world that celebrates productivity, late-night TV, scrolling on phones, and the illusion that sleep can wait. But after 60, sleep is not optional. It's your healing, your protection, your reset. Yet, night after night, many seniors push through midnight. They stay up late watching screens, worrying about life, waiting for sleep that never comes, not knowing that every hour they delay rest is putting more pressure on their heart, their brain, their immune system, and even their mental health. This video isn't to shame anyone. It's a wake-up call for those who think the night is harmless, when in reality it may be stealing their health, 1 hour at a time. In this message, I'll share 4 deeply harmful effects of staying awake until 3 a.m. as an older adult. And if you care about your life, your energy, your memory, or someone you love who's aging and losing sleep, this is something you cannot ignore. Let's talk about what really happens after midnight and why it could be the difference between life and decline. Sleep disruption destroys the aging brain. Most people think staying up late is harmless, but after 60, it's anything but. One of the first organs to suffer from late nights is your brain, and not in subtle ways. When you regularly stay awake until 2 or 3 a.m., you're disrupting your natural sleep cycles, especially deep sleep and REM sleep, the stages your brain relies on to repair itself, store memories, and process emotions. As we age, these sleep cycles become harder to maintain. The brain becomes more sensitive to disruptions. So when you push bedtime later and later, your brain begins to deteriorate faster. Memory loss increases. Mental clarity fades. You start forgetting names, misplacing items, and struggling to focus, not because of age, but because your brain is exhausted and overwhelmed. Sleep is when your brain clears out waste, literally. There's a cleansing process that removes toxins linked to Alzheimer's and dementia. But guess when that process happens? Between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. If you're still awake during those hours, your brain skips its cleansing shift. Night after night, those toxins build up. Year after year, the damage becomes harder to reverse. And it doesn't stop with memory. Emotional regulation, decision-making, and even speech can suffer. You become more irritable, anxious, and confused, not because you're getting older, but because your brain hasn't had time to rest. After 60, protecting your brain isn't about crossword puzzles, it's about prioritizing sleep. So don't believe the lie that sleep is for the weak. Now, sleep is for the wise. Turn off the TV, put the phone away. Respect the rhythm your body was designed to follow. Because staying up until 3 a.m. might feel harmless tonight, but in the long run, it's slowly stealing your mind. And the cost of that isn't just tiredness, it's your identity. Late nights spike blood pressure and heart risk. You may not feel it right away, and there's no warning siren, no sudden jolt. But every time you stay awake deep into the night, especially past 2 or 3 a.m., your heart is under attack. You see, your heart has a rhythm. It follows the body's natural clock, your circadian rhythm. That rhythm tells your blood pressure when to rise and fall. It signals your heartbeat to slow down at night so your heart can rest, recover, and repair. But when you stay up late, especially into the early morning hours, you disrupt that rhythm. Your blood pressure stays elevated longer. Your stress hormones, like cortisol, stay high. Your heartbeat doesn't slow the way it should. Over time, this puts immense strain on your heart. For those over 60, this is dangerous territory. The heart isn't as resilient as it used to be, arteries become stiffer, blood flow becomes more fragile, and instead of resting, your heart is forced to work overtime while your body is lying still. Many heart attacks and strokes happen between 3 a.m. and 6 a.m., and that's no coincidence. That's when the body should be at its lowest stress level. But if you're still awake, scrolling through your phone or wrestling with anxiety, your system remains on high alert. Eventually, the heart says, "I can't keep this pace." So what can you do? Get to bed by 10 p.m. That's when your body begins its natural repair cycle. Avoid caffeine, heavy meals, and stressful content before bed. Create a peaceful wind-down routine to signal your heart that it's safe to rest. Your heart isn't just a muscle, it's your lifeline. And every night you stay up late, you're asking it to fight a battle it wasn't meant to face. Sleep is not weakness. It's wisdom. And when you honor your body's timing, your heart thanks you with time. So if you love your life, start loving your bedtime. Emotional instability and depression take over. People often think that staying up late is a choice of comfort, a quiet escape from the noise of the day. But for those over 60, staying awake until 2 or 3 a.m. isn't just bad for the body, it's dangerous for the soul. Because the later you stay up, the more vulnerable your emotions become. The human mind wasn't built for midnight worries. And after 60, when hormones shift, melatonin drops and the brain becomes more sensitive, emotional balance begins to crack under the weight of sleepless nights. Late at night, feelings of loneliness deepen. Regrets grow louder. Anxiety spin faster. And when there's no sunlight to interrupt the spiral, the darkness inside can grow just as thick as the one outside. But studies show that sleep deprivation is directly linked to depression and anxiety, especially in older adults. What starts as a few late nights can lead to mood swings, irritability, sadness, and in more severe cases, clinical depression. And here's the worst part, many elderly people don't talk about it. They chalk it up to just getting older. But in reality, they're battling storms of emotion that their sleep-starved mind can no longer calm. You were never meant to fight battles in the dark. Sleep is your emotional armor. When you deny it, you go into each day unprotected, more reactive, more hopeless. But there's hope. Set a consistent bedtime, even on weekends. Journal your thoughts before bed so they don't keep you awake. Limit evening news and social media, which often stir unnecessary stress. Practice gratitude or prayer before sleeping. It gently resets the heart. You've lived too long, seen too much, and meant too much to too many to let 3 a.m. sadness steal your joy. Protect your peace. Protect your light. Because when sleep is lost, so is clarity. And after 60, clarity isn't a luxury, it's survival. Weak immunity and higher risk of illness. You may not feel the damage right away. There's no fever, no cough, no obvious pain. But night after night of staying awake until 2 or 3 a.m. is quietly doing something dangerous inside your body. It's weakening your immune system. Sleep isn't just rest, it's biological defense. Every hour you sleep is time your body uses to repair cells, produce infection-fighting proteins, and regulate inflammation. But when you stay up late, especially past midnight, your immune system misses that critical window of restoration. After 60, your immune system is already working harder. It's slower to respond. It takes longer to heal. And when you rob it of deep, consistent sleep, you strip away its ability to protect you. This makes you more vulnerable to colds and infections that linger longer, flu and respiratory viruses that hit harder, chronic inflammation that worsens arthritis, diabetes, and heart conditions, and even cancer, which thrives when the immune system is weakened. Many elderly people think getting sick just comes with age, but often it comes with habit. If you constantly stay up too late, you're creating an environment inside your body where illness has room to grow. The system that once fought off viruses, repaired tissues, and renewed your strength becomes overworked and underpowered. But the solution is simple and powerful. Commit to 7-8 hours of sleep every night. Avoid caffeine, alcohol, and sugar in the late evening. Keep your room cool, dark, and quiet. And most importantly, go to bed before midnight. Sleep is not wasted time. It's your nightly medicine. Your body is trying to heal, trying to protect you. But it can't do that while you're wide awake at 3 a.m., staring at a screen or pacing with stress. If you want to stay strong, if you want to live longer, with energy and purpose, but then give your body what it's begging for. A sleep, not just someday. Tonight, now you know. Staying up until 3 a.m. isn't just a bad habit. It's a dangerous decision, especially after 60. It's easy to underestimate the damage. After all, the night is quiet, peaceful. It feels like your time. But beneath that stillness, your brain suffers, your heart strains, your emotions spiral, and your immune system weakens. You may not see the effects in one night, but over time, late sleep chips away at your strength, your clarity, your joy. Until one morning, you wake up feeling like a stranger in your own body. Or worse, you don't wake up at all. But this isn't a message of fear. It's a message of hope. Because tonight, you can make a different choice. You can honor the body that has carried you this far. You can protect the mind that still holds so many memories. You can give your heart, your soul, and your future the rest it deserves. It's not about being perfect. It's about being aware. So tonight, let the phone go. Turn off the TV. Put down the worries. And lay your head down, not just to sleep, but to heal. Because after 60, every hour of rest is a gift. And every peaceful night is an act of self-love. Sleep well, not because you're tired, but because you still have more life to live. Don't let the night take from you. Let it restore you